Today is a big day. It's the day of the big meet, Cal versus Stanford. This meet last year was my last dual meet ever, and it left a very sour taste in my mouth because that was the only dual meet loss of my career. Let's see what happens, but first, we gotta head off to swim practice.
We're actually a house divided here. My girlfriend, Allie, works at Stanford, so she always feels the need to cheer for Stanford, despite actually not attending Stanford.
Go Cardinal!
I guess we're just gonna have to show them how it's done in the pool today. All right, before we go anywhere, we gotta take Stella on a walk. Who's gonna win the meet today? Oh. A nice San Francisco morning, little dog walk. It's in the air today for the Bears. This meet has been going on for a long time. So right now, as this meet's going on, lots of conference championships are happening, whether it's SECs, or I know Big Tens is next week. I think there's definitely a little bit of something to prove here, as like they're seeing fast times getting thrown down across the country. I think there's gonna be a handful of guys that aren't gonna be attending Pac-12s. They're gonna have a great last swim meet, and that's gonna be today. Despite the no tech suits, I think you're gonna see fast times regardless. It's that time of day. All black coffee lovers, I don't love you. Allie actually just reminded me, this isn't black coffee. This is honey coffee that we got from Costa Rica. So if you guys haven't already checked out that vlog, make sure to go check it out. Super fun time. This is like my typical breakfast these days before a swim practice. I just don't think I need to eat the full spread like I used to when I was in college, because I'm not going out there for a 6,000 meter workout. We're just going a quick sprint today. So I'm gonna eat this, hop on the scooter, get off to practice. Always gotta wear the helmet, ladies and gentlemen. The Olympic Club. Pretty exclusive. It's where I'm swimming today. All right, we got the Cal cap. We're ready to roll, baby. Solid practice. Gonna go dry off now, hang out with the boys, and go to the meet. See what I mean about the not like dark coffee? I'm such a softie. It's good though. It's damn good.
1 hour later.
Let's talk about this meet a little bit. Let's give some context to what's going on here. So Cal and Stanford are in the Pac-12, which means that they have the last conference championship. Currently, ACCs and SECs are going on right now. Big Tens and Big 12s are next week, and then the week after that is Pac-12s. So after this meet, Cal has 2 weeks to rest before Pac-12s, and then another 2 weeks before NCAA. So lots of fast times are getting thrown down around the country right now, and a lot of people are getting scared. A lot of people are freaking out, and they're thinking the Bears aren't in this, but don't count the Bears out. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. So earlier this week, Jordan Crooks became the second person all time to go 17 seconds in a 50-yard freestyle, and that rattled a lot of people's brains. And I know it definitely is top of mind for Cal sprinter Bjorn Seeliger. So I'm expecting something big out of Bjorn today. Cal typically doesn't suit or shave in season, and they kind of wait until the end of the year. They don't even do that really at Pac-12s. They just suit up for that. They don't shave down. They wait till the end of the year at NCAAs. And that's caused a little bit of controversy throughout the rest of this year. So Cal was the #1 swim team in the nation. However, after a little bit throughout the year, ASU decided we need to knock Cal off of that. So during the ASU versus Cal dual meet, Arizona State shaved down and suited up, put brand new suits on, and Cal, well, they were sitting out there in Speedos, so they got smoked. Cal's not gonna do that today. I can almost guarantee for certain they're not suiting up versus Stanford. Stanford, maybe they do. I don't know. Without further ado, let's head off to Berkeley. All right, I'm about to get picked up to go to the meet. One last final prediction. Prediction for the score today, 180 to 125. Golden Bears rolling, baby, let's go. Well, I was wrong about the tech suits. Scratch everything I just said. This meet was going to be nuts. So the night before, Stanford reached out to Cal and said, hey, we're gonna be suiting up for this dual meet, which prompted Cal coach Dave Durden to say to his athletes, hey, you guys can suit up if you want to. So some did and some decided not to, but Stanford was gonna suit regardless. But this meet came down to the wire. You guys are gonna wanna stick around for the end of this one. This was one of those meets where if you weren't in a tech suit at the beginning, you were in a tech suit by the end of it. It was close, it came down to the wire. Without further ado, let's dive right into it, ladies and gentlemen. When I arrived at the pool, the atmosphere was great. You could just tell that fast swimming was about to go down. It was senior night, and it was awesome to see lots of my former teammates get to walk out with their parents while head coach Dave Durden and rattled off his best jokes about them, which was always a good laugh. But right after that, they got right into action. We kicked things off with the 200 medley relay where Cal got off to a quick start thanks to NCAA champion Destin Lasco in the backstroke, ripping a 20.7 50 backstroke to lead things off for Cal. He handed it over to Forrest Frazier, who managed to hold off a field full of strong 23-second 50 breaststrokes, who handed it over then to Darai Rose, who ripped a 20.50 fly. Then he handed it off to anchor leg Jack Alexi, who ripped a monster 50 freestyle going an 18.4 split. And on the other Cal Bears relay, Bjorn Seeliger ripped an 18.7 without a tech suit on. I mean, this race was full of fast times. So Cal won the first relay and started chipping away at some of those points that they needed because Stanford had won the diving competition previously and put the Cardinal in a bit of a lead. Up next, we had the 1000 freestyle, which surprisingly had an amazing storyline. Cal senior transfer Lucas Henvo won the event, breaking the pool record by 4 seconds. The craziest thing about this guy though is that he used to be a full-time, full-ride scholarship golfer at the University of South Carolina before he decided to turn into a swimmer. And wow, this guy, distance swimmer, I mean, this was amazing to watch. He went a staggering 8-minute 45-second 1,000-yard freestyle, and he was out in a 4:19 in the 500-yard freestyle, so that is blazing fast. The 200 freestyle was a close event with the top 5 finishers all going 134, while Stanford's Luke Maurer took the event. The 100 backstroke was Cal's Destin Lasco, all from the start of the race. With textbook underwaters from the start of the race, pushing it to 15 meters off every single wall, he did this the right way. He was out in a 21.9 at the 50 and touched in a 44.73 in the 100-yard backstroke. That is so fast. And ladies and gentlemen, he had a full body of hair. Destin Lasco has a lot left in the tank for March. The 100 breaststroke was all Stanford as they touched 1-2 ahead of Cal's Reese Whitley and Forrest Frazier, who went 3rd and 4th respectively. The 200 fly had a stacked field, including Cal sophomore Gabe Jett, who was out there with the crazy new hair, looking like Dennis Rodman on the Bulls. He was out in a scorching 46.5 at the 100 mark and finished the 200 butterfly in an in-season 139.95, dipping under the 140 mark. That is insane. After a very impressive anchor leg earlier, the 50 freestyle came down to the 2 Cal Bears, Bjorn Seeliger and Jack Alexi. Alexi got the better of Seeliger, who was in a speedo going a 19.14, very incredibly fast at this time in season at Speaker Aquatic Center. He was looking fast. After a quick 15-minute break, Alexi hopped back up on the blocks to face off against Russian Olympian Andrei Minikov in the 100-yard freestyle. Alexi tried to run him down at the end, but Minikov got the best of him by just 0.06 of a second, touching in a 42.20. In the 200 backstroke, Cal proved why they're called Backstroke U, with both Destin Lasco and Hugo Gonzalez both dipping under the 140 mark, with Destin Lasco winning it in a 138.2. Again, I'm reminding you, this is a freezing cold February day at Speaker Aquatic Center. They're not even in March yet, ladies and gentlemen. They're not fully tapered. They're not fully shaved. These guys are going to be fast when it comes to the end of the year. In the 200 breaststroke, Cal grad student and my classmate Reese Whitley decided to put on a tech suit and won the race decisively. He was out in a 52.74 at the 100-yard mark, which was actually 1/100th faster than he went in the individual 100. He came home beating the field by a whopping 4 seconds, going a 151 200 breaststroke. Absolutely insane. In the 500 freestyle, it was yet another battle between Cal and Stanford, as former golfer turned swimmer Lucas Henvo went out early and paid the price for it. Stanford junior Preston Force came back at the end and ran him down and out-touched him by just 0.3 of a second. Back to the sprint events, where Cal's Gabe Jett, with the hair, proved that he can sprint too. The 200 fly winner backed it up in the 100, going a 45.21 to win the event. As the meet went on, Cal realized that they weren't chipping into Stanford's diving lead as much as they had hoped to, so in a last-minute addition, Cal added Destin Lasco into the 200 IM, and he went to work. From lane 1, Lasco led from start to finish, going out in a 47.3 and coming home in the end to go a 141 in a 2 IM at an event he was not even supposed to swim at this meet. Hats off to Destin for that one. He got the win for the Bears and got the points that they so desperately needed down the line in the meet. That 200 IM victory by Destin narrowly put the Bears in front of the Cardinal going into the final event, the 400 freestyle relay. The Bears decided to front load this event and put their best 2 swimmers, Alexi and Seeliger, 1 and 2 on the relay. Alexi put the Bears in the lead and handed it off to Seeliger, who is now wearing a tech suit. Like I said earlier, if you weren't wearing one at the beginning, you were wearing one by the end. And Seeliger busted out a 40.6 100 freestyle split on this relay at this pool in February, untapered, unshaved. I mean, this guy's unreal. Russian sprinter Andrei Minikov tried to run down the Cal Bears down at the end, but Swedish Olympian Robin Hansen held him off, and the Bears won the event and won the meet. The final score of the meet was Cal 156 to Stanford's 142. This was a lot closer of a meet than I thought it was going to be, and it was quite exciting. So that's going to do it for this video. If you guys want to follow me along on all of my swimming activities, make sure to go download the MySwimPro app and use code Kyle20 to get 20% off of your next MySwimPro membership. Make sure to go follow me on the app so you can keep up to date with all the swimming workouts that I'm doing. I have some big news coming to the channel very soon, and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna love it. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for that. As always, go Bears. Comment down below which race was your favorite. There was a lot of fast ones, but which one was your favorite? And with that, I'll see you guys next time.